Flapping your gums with Vinny and Hessie. Yeah.
All right, here we are. So, back again. Thank you for listening, sharing, following us, just coming along for the ride. I'm Hessie. This is Vinny. And so that's loud.
Pager.
Yeah, that's the old pager going off just in time, huh? You guys want to hear what's going on? Uh-oh. Oh, previous concussion, though. Yikes, that's not good. Well,
man.
Hi, welcome to my world. That's just the ambulance right there, so let me shut that off. It's because good thing it wasn't a fire call. We'd be cutting this one a little bit shorter than we normally do.
Be like 45-second
Yikes.
podcast.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah,
Sean had to
don't
go on
worry
fire.
about it. I'll edit
At least
it and
was
make it
not
long.
3 a.m.
There are some of those, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, dude, how's life been? How's the week gone? I know we're coming up on. We kind of talked about it in the one before, but I think we're coming into. I come to find out, Vinny helped me to realize St. Patty's Day is coming up, so that's cool. It's corned beef and cabbage, right? That kind of stuff.
Depending on when you release this episode, it might be already over.
Well, I'm hoping. Yeah, could be. I don't know. I got to get it edited beforehand, so it should be out. Oh, what you got? What you got?
I got another bitch pop.
Oh,
Freaking
what
Mike's
flavor is
hard
it?
lemonade.
Let's hear it.
This one's strawberry, hard strawberry lemonade.
Hard
I like
strawberry.
this.
I don't even know
I
if that's
like
a thing.
strawberries. Strawberries are tasty.
Yeah. And then he's trying to say, yeah. I don't know what makes you hard about it anyways. So, okay, shirt. We got some new merch, guys. We talked about our other one on the last one, but now we got this one. You can see on the YouTube one, you'll see it, but Vinny's going to show it off. It's got a front. On the front, it says, flapping your gums on your chest piece.
So we got flapping your gums here.
And then turn around,
like
let's see that back piece.
Back.
Back piece has got the old logo, flapping your gums
with the
Vinny
whole
and
logo
Hessie.
on that.
Kind of stand up.
The one
Get up. Oh, there you go. You can see it. Up right there. Perfect. Up.
right here,
Oh,
right here.
Right there.
Is this
oh.
good? Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Right
All
there.
Lean over. Don't.
I'm cramping.
Don't bend at the knees, just the waist. Lean over.
The one that Sean was wearing last week was my first run that I had done for him and I about a month or so ago, and it came out with the silk screen really thick on the front. I felt like it was almost like
About
they
an
put
eighth of an
rhino
inch.
lining on it.
About an eighth of an inch.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Kevlar.
And it was just a lot.
I could have took a knife to the chest and it would have stopped it.
Yeah, it might have stopped it.
I think so.
Maybe a
Yeah.
22 bullet, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Small
even a 22.
caliber. Small caliber weapon to the chest, it would
So
stop.
it was a lot. So then I kind of redesigned it a little bit and came up with another idea.
I mean,
thanks
shout out to
my wife.
is it your buddy Jesse?
It is Jesse.
He hooks
yeah,
us
Jesse.
up. So I mean, thanks, man, for hooking us up. It's just she's a little thick. Might need to bring her down a couple coats. Maybe get the sand out of it or whatever they do that makes rhino lining.
I think they need to squeegee it a little harder.
The heart,
'cause
yeah.
I know that's how you squeegee it and kind of scrape it a little more off. But it's a work in progress. I do like this shirt. It's kind of a little less subtle, and it doesn't. You don't feel the weight of the.
That
like
shirt
you do
stood
that
on its
other one.
own. I just take it out and just set it there, and she just stays up. I ain't got to put a hanger on it or nothing.
No,
that's cool.
It was a little much.
Yeah,
on the
I
silk
dig it.
but
Yeah, so we're just kind of going along with it. Hopefully, everybody's digging it. We're gonna get some stickers and that stuff. This because we got connections that can do it and people that are willing to help out and I think it's rad. I mean, it's just fun to do. It's not. It's not anything. We're just doing this because it's just fun, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We had some comments on the last episode that we put out, or 2 episodes ago, whatever it was. We just had some comments on the different ones, the stuff that we were bringing up. I mean, everybody apparently loved Vinny on the old Cutwaters. So hats off. I mean, Cutwater put it down for old Vinny there with that going on. You all right?
I had a comment. It was from
You
Mom.
did. Oh no. Wait. From Mom here. It's okay. Let's hear it, dude. I mean, I didn't know.
On that
this
cut
is new to
on
me.
the Cutwaters.
Oh boy,
This
yeah.
is new to you.
Because you're
On the Cutwaters.
probably because you're
said,
sinning. He's living.
I
in
was
sin.
no.
Oh.
I was already red in the face. My eyes were already gone when we first started the episode. She's like, I just saw it. I was just like,
Oh, she did not.
You were just.
Mom.
You were already going.
Oh,
and she
gosh.
learned a lot of stuff about us that she did not know. And that's going to be pretty much the way this whole podcast is going to be for her. So
It's gonna be a surprise.
embrace
Mom.
it, love it,
Surprise.
and just
Just
kind of go
love
with
us.
it.
We're still your
We
children.
turned out, and we turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had. Yeah, some
So.
people were like, "Oh man, Vinny on the Cutwater, his laugh is hilarious."
thanks
so-
for laughing at me, almost dying.
That is true. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, then we had one hit in, and what's up, Tori? Shout out. She's one of our diehard fans. Like she listens. I mean, she's like one of the first. There's a couple, and male and female, which is super rad. A couple of the girls always hit us up, and then there's a couple guys that are always like, "Oh yeah, dude, I like check and wait and for it to come out." So that's cool. But that's where we're trying to stay on top of it. But yeah, Tori hit me up. She posted a comment and was like, "Oh yeah, my family used to do the same thing with the van." Or when we were talking about the van and like mom and dad going like, "You guys stay in the car," and they'd go
The
check
hotels?
in and
When we go
they'd
check into the
smuggle us
hotel?
into hotels.
dude.
So yeah, I told her. She says the same thing. They were hotels. They'd be like wait in the car, and it was like usually her mom and uncle checking them in, and then aunt, and then the cousins, and they would all sneak them in. So I messaged back and was like smuggling kids since the 80s. So yeah. So I mean, I don't even. She probably wasn't. She's young, so definitely not even know the 80s. She probably didn't even know what was going on in the 80s. And then
And when you said that about the smuggling kids since the 80s, that brought me into like I think I'm gonna do a shirt for smuggling kids since the 80s. Possibly even just put the ice cream truck on.
I
the
feel like you
shirt.
should do like a silhouette of the ice cream truck for sure.
Yeah,
I mean you can't.
100%.
It's like gonna be weird if you put smuggling kids from the 80s or since the 80s. Like that might come off.
Our
weird.
listeners will understand it because
Right,
it'll
but
look
if you're
like
walking
you're
around the
smuggling
street like
kids
that,
in
they're
the van.
like, look at this guy, like this dude. Like
Every
they're all
time you see a van
pulling
like that
kids
anyway, they
away.
think it's a
right, but that's why the
pedophile.
van has to be on the shirt. You can't just
Yeah.
have the shirt that says smuggling kids since the 80s.
No, yeah.
Because they're going to be
Right.
like,
No,
what?
yeah,
The cops
Yeah.
will be called. It's going to be a whole thing. You
and
know,
I think
you're
the
not gonna
van
be
would
able to-
look a lot better
you're
than
not
a
gonna be
hotel.
able to go 500
you know?
feet from schools. You know, it's a whole deal. You don't want none of that. But yeah, I had
rough.
What's Up Wes. He always is dropping. Dude, he's giving shout-outs to Flapping Your Gums all the time. Like it's
I
like
hope so.
with the CrossFit stuff, the CrossFit community that we're in, and we got like a teams thing that we got going on because we all kind of made some, like the NorCal Classic and stuff like that. So we all did qualifiers and then made it to the advanced stuff. So he's dropping every time, like when it's a big group of us that are all the athletes or whatever that are like in part of it.
Right.
He'll be like, shout out, Flapping Your Gums. So that's super
awesome.
cool. So yeah, but now we just got to get him to like get everybody on board that he's like a school teacher and stuff in high school. So get him on, man. Get the kids on here. It's be good
Yeah,
for
like
him.
you said, go to YouTube, subscribe. I mean, those a lot of my kids subscribe to just about anything and everything they watch.
Yeah, some of it's dumb.
I mean,
not that we're the smartest here, but there's some dumber stuff out there. So that's a good.
there is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's cool. Well, then into that we go into. I don't know if anybody really knows. So, in generally speaking, so we moved from California and we were living in Utah, which is like podunk country style. You know what I mean? And when that happened, you kind of get to go in your own ways and stuff. Especially with us three boys, mom raising three boys, and then later on meeting our stepdad, dad now, but we got in. That's where we got into like our country. You know what I mean? Like that's where we started getting. I don't even care. You call it redneck, hillbilly, whatever
Both.
it is. Like we were running around. So They had back when we were kids. I mean, I'm sure they still have them, but they were blow guns, blow darts and blow guns. So that was like a
you go to the
thing.
fair.
Because like we didn't have
up.
like, I mean we eventually got like BB guns, but then it was like that I remember that was like one of the first things like that was super cool. Like they had these little ends on them and you click them in there and you could snipe it, make it sniper style, and it had like an extension on it.
Had the extension
So
that you
threw
popped on there, make it longer.
so you could get that sharpshooter stuff going on, And
a
so
little long distance.
doing some Chris Kyle, is that what his name was? Sniper, American Sniper.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, that was who that was. But it was great because you go to the county fair and they had all the booths and you had to, they've got all the rubber band guns hanging up and all the stuff that you can buy and cowboy hats.
Oh, by the way, thank you for servicemen and women. Shout out. Since we mentioned him, shout out. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you for your service. But yeah, so they had all these cool stuff.
Blow darts. It's like, what is this? Like,
it was like the light.
There's
a light shining on it.
That was the only thing we wanted. That was it. We want this.
We were totally,
and
I'm sure we told Mom that we were going to be good. Mom, we're going to be good. We're going to shoot it. She's probably
only shoot targets.
She's probably like, if you do it, you better only shoot targets. You don't be shooting no animals or anything alive. You can only shoot targets.
Yeah, you added to this story that I don't remember this part of the story. I remember the first part, and then I just blocked out everything.
Which one?
Else
when
after.
we got the end, when we got in trouble?
Yeah, I don't remember getting in trouble. I never knew that anybody found out. That
dude, I swear, I thought I thought we did. I don't think that we got entirely.
All right, so these guys don't understand. Like we're talking behind
the
scenes here.
We're out running around with these blow guns. I think we were running them. We were running them speed style. We were on the short. I don't think we had the extenders on there.
Don't recall.
I don't know. It was your idea, so why don't you tell it?
Wow.
Throw
me under the bus.
Blew the trigger.
Blew the trigger.
You don't really
instead of pulled the trigger,
yeah.
Blew the trigger.
Yeah, you don't have a trigger, but
no, I mean
you called it, and I marked
running
it
around
and
where we did out at our house.
The Elsinore
like
edition.
The Elsinore edition.
It's like the ghetto of Elsinore. Just
in
case anybody. So we talked about it in an episode prior and said the Elsinore edition. We didn't elaborate. Now we can because we're part of it. So this is like the poor folk. You got the town of Elsinore, and then you got this is at the time when we lived there. I don't know if it's changed, but it's like
not at
it's
all.
basically like a giant trailer park. So we had
you buy a 50 by 100 lot. It was 50
yeah.
feet wide, 100 feet long, and it was just cheap property.
But I think we had a couple lots, right? Dad had a couple.
We did.
So
we did have a couple,
and you throw a trailer on it. Oh yeah, people. If
and
you
back
moved
at the
the skirting,
day, it was before modulars.
Our house had
so you
tires
had single
on
wide, double wide. Yeah.
Boom. It was single wide though, right? Is that when we were?
We
in?
had the single wide. Yeah.
So we lived in single wide. So it was like freaking. I don't even know what you'd call it. Adams Family, Beverly Hillbillies, / I have no idea. We had 2 dogs, 3 or 4 cats, probably a couple rabbits. I don't even know. Us boys all slept in one room. We had bunk beds. Dad built these bunk beds with one that rolled out, so you had to get all in your pajamas and everything. Because when it was
the 2
bedtime,
brothers had to get on their beds.
2 bros had to jump on the bed so that we could roll out the one, and then you couldn't get into the closet or the cabinets or the drawers. And it was like
took up the whole room.
It's the size of my closet that I have now in my house. That's where we stay.
It's the size of a walk-in closet. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, that's good times.
Great. Mounted the TV on a shelf in the corner because that was before flat screen TVs. We just had the TV sitting on a shelf in the corner.
It was a 19-inch screen on it, but it had 37 inches of back hanging out the back side of it. Baby got
weighed
back.
75 pounds.
Oh, yeah, dude. Maybe that's why I like it. No, never mind.
But oh my gosh. But yeah, so there was it wasn't just our cat. I mean, cats just kind of multiply and they're everywhere.
We got to go
you
into
don't
this.
know whose cats.
No, that
so we're out
wasn't
there
thinking- yeah,
shooting the blow
true that.
darts, running around, and there's a cat in our yard. It's not ours.
Nope.
So yeah,
I'm not sure if it was
Shoot it.
banded. I don't know if it was
I'm
banded
like,
or not.
shoot it,
Yeah.
Sean, shoot it.
So I
I'm like,
just
no,
take
yeah, shoot
I
it.
just, and it's like instinctual. My predator hunting at that age just comes out in me. It started when I was young, apparently, because he goes, "Yeah, shoot that thing," and I whip around there, and from how I remember, and then I just remember you going, "No, don't really," and it was too late. Like it was saying, like I already whipped around there. And blew
Well, I
that
thought you'd
thing.
question it at
Oh yeah,
first.
not
I
at
didn't think
all,
you'd
dude.
just go right into
Instinctual. we were
go
out hunting.
for it. I thought,
Basically, in my
like,
mind,
no,
we were
I
out
can't
hunting
shoot it.
zombies. I'm pretty sure in my mind, Pet Cemetery style.
And sadly,
Look, and
it
people,
connected.
we apologize already for this. Like
Oh,
we are
man.
not animal haters by any means. We love them. We all have them, but we're kids. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm sorry if you were a kid and you lived a sheltered life and didn't get to experience any of this stuff, or maybe you experienced stuff in another way. But this was one of our experiences, and we were remorseful after instantly.
We'll let you know the cat did survive.
It did
There
not
was
die.
the-
No animals
did
were
not die.
killed in this episode.
Correct.
At least in this one.
Yeah, that thing stuck right in the bridge of its nose.
Right in
It
the
was-
nostril.
Oh,
It went
my
right up in
gosh.
the nose piece.
It just went, and then we tried to get the cat out from underneath
It
the
ran
camper
into some
shell.
sleep. Yeah, and it would. Here we are, we're on our knees going, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty," and this thing is just up in the corner, just mad. I couldn't
I
quite
don't know
understand why
why.
it wouldn't come to us. We're here to help you, but I'm pretty sure he knew. It knew we were the ones.
We got the
that
blowgun
shot
in
one.
one hand. We're trying
he
to
could
coax it out with
sense
the
it.
other.
Oh man, we felt. I'm
And-
like, go in there.
and for
You go
me,
in there. You go in there.
That's where the story ended. It just took off, and we never got it, and it was over.
Yeah, I thought
And I didn't know anything
and so
about it.
this could be. I don't know. This maybe Mom will know if she pipes off and gets after you again. So Mom, maybe you can help us out, not publicly or anything like that. Like you can send an email or you
can
text,
email it.
You can email
flappingyourgums@yahoo.com.
or you can text Vinny. But those are your two.
You can call Sean.
No.
But yeah,
No, 'cause she has
the cat
so
was found. The dart was found.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I don't know if the
gosh.
cat was found or the dart, but there was. I swear, when we got home from school the next day, there was a dart. It was like a Sunday. It had to have been like a Sunday. It was happening because we were out wandering around during the day,
Yeah.
and then so I would say, and this could be, I don't know. Maybe as a kid, it was just in my mind. I thought that was going to happen. So like when I thought of it, I thought that happened. I don't know. Mom, help us out. I swear we got home and we were getting our snacks and turned around and it was sitting on the table.
On the kitchen table.
But also, as I was thinking about too, I don't ever recall. I thought we got in trouble when Mom took him away from us for a little while.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
I
she
don't
didn't
recall.
beat
I
us
don't
like
I
normal.
have, I have
But
right.
no, I'm just kidding, Mom.
Oh,
Frying
man.
pans and stuff like
But
that.
yeah, I don't
count.
remember. I don't remember any of that stuff. No, frying pans. She
No.
will deny.
Sometimes Mom remembers a lot of stuff, and sometimes Mom forgets. But that's where
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe you're right. Maybe the dart was found, but it was just the dart, and so Mom gathered it up and was like, "Keep track of your darts. It costs money," or whatever she would say, not knowing it fell out of a cat's nose. I feel like
Right.
because I feel like the dart had to be taken out. Would have had to manually be taken out. Like a cat wouldn't have been able to pull it out of its nose.
I don't have any.
Because
I mean,
they weren't the broadheads yet. We didn't have the broadhead tips yet.
No,
they were
we
just
didn't have broadheads.
They were just the
It was
target
just-
practicing ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
yeah,
Mom.
I don't.
So if
remember
Mom
that
didn't know,
story.
if Mom didn't know that happened, then you were
We
right.
didn't do it.
You didn't. Then you were right. We didn't get caught.
We did get caught.
But if Mom does
That's
know and is like, Oh yeah, I remember that dart. Then we'll know that we did get caught.
We did get
Because
caught.
cat's out of the bag. No pun intended.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
that.
And we went from blow darts to the potato guns.
Tater guns, yeah. Tater. Can I say
don't even
tater
know.
guns?
How did we even
I feel bad.
tater guns, potato guns,
Yeah, I mean,
tater,
I don't know
potato, potato? It's all the same.
you say potato, I say potato.
But how did we even figure that out? Did
So
Dad
basically, it's super cool, and it's probably been around since the beginning of time. Maybe not the beginning of time, but it's basically, if for those who don't know, there are the ones that do know. For the ones that don't know, when we say tater or potato gun, it's exactly what it is. It shoots potatoes, right? So
it does.
you
It
basically,
shoots
a quick breakdown of it, you take
a 4-inch
a 4-inch
chamber that's
a
about
4-inch
10 inches
tube,
long.
right? And then you a PVC pipe or a Schedule 40 or whatever it is, and you cap it, and you put then it downsizer to a 2-inch PVC, and you run it out,
Correct.
say 4 or 5 feet. If that's the barrel, glued up, sealed up, and then you take on the other end has a threaded, so it's like you're putting on a cap to
Correct.
the pipe. Well, then you drill a hole in it. At least this is how we did ours. And you put a Coleman lantern, so it's basically flint and steel that you twist with your fingers, and it makes a spark, right?
Correct.
So you
Yep.
then take what we used was a short golf club, and you cut the potato in half, so then it's basically looks like the lead of a bullet. And you take the flat side of it and you stick it in on the extended part of the barrel, the end of the barrel, and you
And it's easier
shove
if you
this thing.
Dremel the edge
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah, you have to be careful with that
Take-
because then when you're shoving it on with your hand, there could be some injury. But it does help
But if-
to shave the side of the potato, so that it makes this
Right.
thing fit just like a bullet. And you ram it down with this golf club, just like they do a muzzle loader, like they back in the
Right.
like Civil War, you know. So you
Right.
shove this thing down there. Now it's just you've sealed up that tube, and then the best for you kids that are listening, because I want you to build one,
They
or
won't
have
find
your
it.
dad build one for you, or
Yeah.
get with an older
Or dad's
friend.
build one for yourself.
Yeah, build one yourself. Or I mean, I'm an avid, like, I want these things. They're fun. They're awesome. They're dangerous, and you should probably just like take note. They are dangerous, and you should never shoot one in your house,
Nope.
or you
It'll
should
go right
not
through the
shoot them
drywall.
at anybody.
No.
You should just
Do
shoot them
not.
at targets, like everything else. Anyways, on with that. So then you take, and the best hairspray ever. Your mom probably has some if you're a little older, our age. Grandma's most certainly. If you have a grandma, she has it, and it's in a silver, like a purple, netty looking silver
Kinda
can,
pinkish, yeah.
aerosol.
Yeah.
Don't get all weird and green and hippie and aerosols messing up the ozone, global warming, because we got 500 inches of snow sitting up in the mountains. But you got to get the aerosol, and you spray it in. It's Aquanet. Oh yeah,
Aquanet.
Aquanet.
Look up Aquanet.
It's basically like high octane, extremely flammable.
I mean, the next thing from Aquanet is propane.
Propane.
I mean,
Yeah.
or settling.
NOS.
Settling.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
probably settling. Basically, that's exactly what it is. Natural
Don't
gas.
use settling because most likely your PVC pipe.
Settling cannot
may-
handle it. You
may
cannot
not
handle
handle
settling. You'll
that.
blow your eardrum out. Ask Kirby, and you'll be deaf. So
Yeah.
that's another story. And so, so you spray a little
Quick
bit of
spray.
aqua in there, and you screw that thing on there, and now you have, and you hit that flicker, and it just boom, it'll shoot that potato out. It's good. It's good.
Dude, I mean, it's at least over 100 yards. At
Oh,
least.
easy. Remember when we had them little rubber balls? This is another thing you could do too. You get them wet. Those little, what are those balls you hit at the beach? The paddleboard balls?
Oh, the smash ball?
Smash
Wasn't it
ball.
called smash
Remember,
ball?
you get them wet,
Smash
shove
ball.
them rubber ones in there, and
About
we were
the
shooting
size
them
of
through,
a ping pong ball.
shooting them
a
through
little bit
quarter-inch
just a
pieces
little
of
bit bigger.
plywood, dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
That thing was. But
Yeah.
then what would happen is you had to be careful because it'd go, and that ball wouldn't come out, and that thing was plumb full of pressure.
Right.
So you had to start to untwist your threading and let that thing pipe off. So then it's backfiring or whatever you want to call it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Potato gun.
Remember
and then we did end up shooting at
each other. Fish Lake.
Oh, that was the fish. You guys put a fishing pole on there.
We did put a fishing rod on the end of it. Yeah.
I did not do that to mine. Mine was made for.
No, you drilled holes in the end of yours so it would look all badass.
Dude, I had because it's blowing flames out the end of that thing, dude. I had to put a oh man, now I can't think of the word of what they call, but carry on with your story. I'll tell you what it's flash guard on the end of it.
Yeah, you put the flash guard
on
the end of it. But up at Fish Lake, like 10 feet out from the shore is just, is it moss? I'm not sure what it is, but there's plants. So you can't, like, if you cast, you're casting like right into that thing, and you're.
Oh, it's the stuff that grows off the bottom, though. It's attached. It's not the float, not moss on the top.
Yeah.
It's like the greenage, the foliage that's on the shoreline.
You got to get out there over that to get to any fish if you're fishing off the shoreline at Fish Lake. So we go and duct tape this fishing pole to the potato gun and wedge it all in there. And as long as you've got a seal, it doesn't necessarily have to be a potato, but as long as it has a seal, it will push. So you got your weights and all your stuff down in there. Make sure your bait's all secure, because when it comes flying out of there,
did you attach some corn?
No, corn's illegal, Sean. What are you talking about?
Dude,
we don't use corn.
We're not using corn. We're not baiting him.
No.
We're just shooting the potato gun out there with him.
So yeah, we'd launch that thing out there so we could get over that, the weeds or whatever you want to call it. And you still had to drag it through, so you had to make sure you had a big enough bob on there so it floated across the top of it.
When you brought it back in.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah, when you brought it back in.
I don't know if you ever, did you guys ever catch anything doing that?
I don't.
Who knows, huh? I don't know. It was
so
rad, though.
I'm so old.
Dude, I remember sitting there behind the dumpster. Just don't try this at home, kids. I remember the treehouse in the cottonwood.
No?
Dude.
The treehouse.
You might have been already gone then. We took the potato guns, and one was up in the treehouse, and one was behind the dumpster, and we were lobbing them back and forth at each other.
No, really?
Yeah. So
just
probably,
shooting potatoes at each other.
Yeah, dude. So you were probably older.
Oh,
then.
my
gosh. Either you were. No, because you never lived out at the farm, right?
I did not.
So it was happening. So it was like, that was when my, I don't know, probably junior, senior year.
Dude, that's terrible. Those
things
would
super
break a bone.
It was breaking the boards. You remember how we had the boards up around the little tree house up? This cottonwood, people, is big around as a truck. This thing's huge, and it had a tree house in there. So we were doing it like old Civil War style. They'd be behind the dumpster, and you'd be loading that thing up and shooting them at the people in the person. I can't remember. I don't know if Kevin was in there.
Dude, if you took one of those to the face, you'd be.
Oh, yeah.
It would.
I think we probably had sunglasses on.
Oh, good. Yeah. Got my safety glasses on, Mom.
This is like paintballing. We used to paintballing too. That's. I mean, that's like what. That's another thing I had written down too, is the excitement. So, I mean, dude, just like how guys get. I'm not even saying you could be boys, you could be.
I could get a potato gun right now for Christmas and be so excited.
And I could think of so many more ways to make it cooler. You know what I mean? Like to add stuff to it, like
lasers.
A trigger. I'd have a trigger on it, dude. Like it would have a canister take, because I know people
got a red dot.
People have done one with like air, but I just don't think it's as cool as doing it with like.
Oh, dude, you know how long it would take to build up enough pressure for us to get the kaboom that we want?
Oh man, I know.
I would make it strong enough to hold propane or acetylene for sure.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. That's a pipe
step
bomb.
farther than Aquanet.
That's a pipe bomb.
That
in
is
your
true.
head all the time.
That's true.
I don't see why you couldn't at least try it. Experimental. If you don't want to do settling, I had a guy I worked for, Kirby. That's why he's deaf. I mean, not totally. He's deaf a lot more reasons than that, but he almost was permanently deaf in one of his ears by filling up the boom. like the boom on a crane, on those big work trucks.
Right.
The birds kept getting in there nesting. And so we would get them out. Well, it would mess with that hydraulic sleeve and all that stuff because they'd get in there and mess with them. Oh.
Excuse me. Oh.
That's old. I gotta check my laptop. There we go. So these birds kept getting into this thing, and he would get so mad at them. So instead of getting up there, having to climb up there and do all this stuff to get into it, he just hit it with the torch, settling. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna," and he was just gonna burn it out. And it was like a freaking
settling.
cannon, bro, like a cannon.
Well, is the settling heavy? Did it not go all the way to the top, or?
I wasn't there. I just heard this
gosh.
this giant boom, which sounded like legitimately like a cannon went off.
Right.
It blew the bird nest out.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I don't know if he had it
Blew
in
his face off.
Well, his eardrum. I think it made him deaf. I don't know if it was bleeding or what. I just know it.
Wow.
So don't do settling. That's a terrible idea.
Okay. We won't do settling.
So,
for sure.
But yeah. But like getting excited is a thing. So it's like it's funny because it kind of reminds me of a buddy of mine, Sweeney. He was sitting there, and so he got this new trailer, toy hauler.
Okay.
Right? And so they've been looking at it. His dad and stuff. They've been looking at getting one and trying to go and get one and flying him out to somewhere to get one. So anyways, he finds this one. It's like this smoking deal on this thing, and he won't stop talking about it.
Of course.
So as guys, we're at the gym, and there's like 4 of us standing around as he's talking about it and showing pictures, and like it's just like he just got this newborn trailer, we'll say.
Right.
And then it's like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then it's like, but then he hasn't got it, and his poor wife, dude, she's just like, will you please just shut up about this trailer? She's like, quit talking. Why are you pacing around? He's like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about the trailer. As he's like, not accomplishing
It's got
anything.
6 outlets instead of 4.
Yeah, it's got these pop outs. It's got this. It's huge. It's this. Oh, it's going to be so rad. So his poor wife, dude, and they got this new little baby. And she's like 7 months old, maybe almost 8. And, dude, and she's like, for the love of mankind, just stop. Nobody wants to hear about it anymore. She's like, just shut up about it. And he's like, he can't. He just can't do it. He cannot. He's just so happy. He hasn't even got it yet.
Oh, you can imagine when he gets it.
Oh, he got it
gonna
now.
be-
And then it was
Oh, okay.
nonstop. And so she's like over it. And so he's super excited. He's telling us about it. And he wants to go camping. Like this.
Now.
Yeah, he got it. He went and got it on like Wednesday. And he's like,
Oh my gosh.
babe, let's go camping. She's like, no. Oh, we're not
7-month
going
old.
camping.
500
And-
inches of snow. Let's go
Yeah,
camping.
it's just raining. It's supposed to rain for like 3 days straight, dude. And he's like, oh, let's take it camping. She's like, I don't want to go camping. Like, it's no fun for me. But he will not. I think this is every guy's way to do this. I don't know that it's instinctually. I think it's just the way we got away with stuff, right? It's just the same as when I want something. I'll be like, hey, babe, I want to can I get this or whatever? Say I want something, but then it's like, I will talk about it so much that then eventually Tasha's like, okay,
just get it.
go get it if it's going to shut you up. Like if you will
I'm
stop.
pretty sure that's how I got my
talking.
night scope or
Exactly,
my thermal
dude.
scope.
I think it's like genetically, or that's just the way as a kid growing up, like whenever you wanted something from your mom, you just bugged her so much to where she finally gave it to you.
Yeah.
So I think it's just
I
like
laid in bed looking at that
instinctually.
thermal scope every night.
Right, and then
Like
be
looking
like,
at-
"Hey,
looking
babe,
and
look at
looking and
this.
looking
Babe,
and
look
look
at
at
see, look
this."
at when it does this." And then she's just like, "I don't have my glasses on," and I would hold the phone closer to her face, like, It's okay. You don't have to go get your glasses. Here, I'll hold it 2 inches from your
I'll tell you
face.
all about
Yeah,
it. Don't worry.
Here, look, I'll explain to you what it's doing. Look, this is they're doing this. Look, see how this one zooms in. See how this? She's just like, I don't care. I'm like, you can't see it. Here, let me hold it closer. And I'm like, because she don't have her glasses on, so I got to hold it like touching the end of her nose. And I'm like, can you see it now? And she's just like, I don't. Oh my gosh, just order the thing already. So I think that's like instinctually, genetically, whatever you want to call it. Like that's what we do. So I think.
But they do the same thing.
I think his route was the same. He's like, he wants to go camping with this thing. It's brand new. It's new. It's like exciting to him. So then he's like, oh man, I can't wait to take, his daughter's name's Tyler. I can't wait to take Tyler her camping trip. And I'm just like, dude, time out. She is 7 months old, bro. She ain't remembering a thing. She'll
look at all the pictures when she gets older.
I told him, I said, don't put that on her. And he's like, I know, you're right. All right, don't try to. Oh, I can't wait to take her on it. She don't want to go because it's cold, it's raining, it's loud. She ain't gonna want to eat right. You're gonna mess her all up, or eating and or sleeping. So yeah, it's all him. And so finally, Emily's like, all right, we'll go if you'll shut up about it. Like, it ain't even gonna work, and I can't get him to shut up until we go camping. So they went camping for the night. He said it worked out well.
Oh my!
It was rad.
Oh.
They only made it up Sand Mountain because it was just muddy and gross. And so they went to Sand Mountain and camped. But at least you got to go.
They drove 20 minutes.
Yeah, at least
drove
you
20
got to
minutes
go.
to go camping.
No, they drove all the way out. Clear out past Eastgate.
Oh, okay.
Which is like an hour and a half. They drove out, and they saw some dude coming out in a Toyota truck. He had turned around and goes, I couldn't make it up there. It's too muddy and all messed up.
And here they are pulling a trailer.
In a platinum Power Stroke, pulling like a 39-foot toy hauler. So
did they take the side-by-side in the toy hauler too? Oh,
so he turned around, and then they drove back towards town, and then crashed it. They stayed at Sand Mountain. So, and he almost got that.
Pulled the razor out.
He almost got
pulled
that
the razor out, and then just slept.
It's Sweeney. So he's just that way. He's like, I don't want to camp all by these people. And she's like, what? Like, he goes, let's go camp over there, like, in no man's land. She goes, there's probably a reason it's called no man's land. And he's like, no, we'll just go over here. And then almost gets stuck. Has to unload the razor and then hammer down and back it out before they get stuck in the sand.
Yeah. Well, he had his experience. We have to have our experience.
Got it done. But that's a thing, dude. It's funny. So, yeah. So the listeners and all the wives, girlfriends, and, significant others and stuff that are listening, I can guarantee you they're probably now relating with that, going,
100%.
Not that I ruined it, because
so
Tasha knows I do it, because I do it every time. So I want this new 43,
they do the same thing.
This new Glock 43X.
Okay.
And so I'm pretty sure I'm going to just start wearing that out nonstop. I went and already looked at it at Cabela's yesterday.
Did you hold it in your hand?
Yeah.
It's
nice.
It's over.
It's got a 10-round mag. It's glorious, dude.
10-round mag, babe. Look, it doesn't weigh anything. Like, I can just carry this around
with me. Subcompact.
In my concealed.
It's subcompact,
I got my
too,
concealed,
dude.
like
9mm.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's nice. Just like the way it fits in your hand and stuff.
Should we give you a moment?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to mute this with my video drops out. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, that's what I'm looking at. I want to get the different color, though. They only had black. And I want to get, like, the desert sand color one. I think that looks sick.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to get the one you want.
I have other ones that are, that black color, so I want to get a different color. So, yeah. So, I'll start wearing her down on that over the next couple weeks, to where she's kind of like, just go get it.
Oven.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that thing.
Gosh.
It's a intercourse.
Induction. It's an induction,
Oh, yeah.
not infection.
Not infection, not intercourse.
Or
not
whatever.
Yeah.
It's infection, or induction
What?
oven.
It's infection?
Induction. No, not infected.
Oh.
Induction.
Induction.
It's got what is it called? A convection
Vibrator.
oven. It's got the
Wait,
air fryer.
So it's not gas though; it's electric.
It's electric,
Okay.
yeah, but it's got the convection oven inside. It's
Do you
got
know what that
the
means?
Air fryer. Have no clue.
Okay.
I don't care. It's what she wanted, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
And then on top, instead of being electric or gas, it's called induction. So when you put the pans on there, you can hear them vibrating. Buzz. It's supposed to heat up faster. I don't know if it heats up faster than gas. I don't know if it does heat up faster than electric. That's for sure. But then I'd bought her these brand new, Pioneer Woman pans for Christmas. 3 months later, we're getting a new oven, and we can't even use the pans. So we were trying to find an induction pan set.
Oh.
It's like $250 to get a whole set, just so they work on the. Like, you can't. Like, I can put my hand on it. I can turn it on, put my hand on it, and it will not heat up because it doesn't sense the right material on the spot for.
So it heats up by friction
for the stove. I
It's gotta be
guess
friction,
because the
vibration.
pans just sit there and go.
Yes.
And if you
I'm
have
assuming. I would think because if you hear it vibrating, it's causing friction on something.
and then you get your pans like because you're buying cheap ones, according to their specs or whatever. They're not. They get so hot that they kind of get a little bit warped or whatever. So now
Yeah.
they're not even laying flat. So then the vibrations are getting worse and.
Now
you're
you're like moving your eggs around and it's all clink, 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 clink. The pan's making
you're
a
moving
bunch
your
of
eggs
noise.
around, or you're trying to hold. You crack an egg, you put it in there, it slides to one side, and the stove's level. It's the pan that's actually warped itself because you've gotten it hot. Now it does get hot.
You bought the $280
hot.
ones. You need to be the $500 ones.
Chill, dude.
Ouch!
Yeah, and
Talk
it's
about
like every
Putting
time.
a gem on your hemorrhoid.
Oh yeah, 100%. But then it's just one of those things where it does. Like the salesman was like, dude, you can cook a cup of water. It'll boil a cup of water in 45 seconds. And he puts it on there and he shows it all boiling. He's got marbles in there. You can hear the marbles moving around. I'm thinking now, I'd hear the marbles moving around even if it wasn't hot because it vibrates.
Right.
So yeah.
He honey
So I got
dicks you with
suckered
the
in.
marble thing.
You can hear the. You're like, oh, the marbles are moving.
what a
No, they're going to
salesman.
move the whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of those things. We had an electric stove before. Got used to cooking on that. Years ago, I had a gas. I like gas.
I did too.
But so we weren't set up. I mean, we're set up for gas, but we just didn't. She didn't want to cook on gas, so we went with this induction thing because it does. My pan can get hot fast. I can turn on the pan, go to the fridge, grab the eggs, crack an egg, put it in the pan, and it's already starting to, it's already hot enough to start cooking it, which is, that's kind of cool. But
I think gas is that way too. Electric
know. It's been
is not that way. Electric, yeah, I had one with the flat top one time, and it takes forever to get hot. And then you spill something on the top, and I don't know if the infectious one's the same, but I would spill something.
It is.
And it's like, they're like, oh yeah, it cooks itself on there because you're still cooking, and that surface is still getting hot at the time. And then
Now there is a little bit difference in this one where
I
it
have
has
to take
sensors.
it off and use some cleaning thing. Oh well, I know, but like even on the one, like when it runs down the side of your pan, it's cooking underneath
That's
the
true.
pan.
It is.
And then
gonna
you
cook
pull it
on
off,
the
and they're like, oh, you got to squirt this white
pan.
coom on
special
it.
sauce on there.
You put the
and use
coom
a
on there,
microfiber.
and you let it sit for 6 minutes and 37 seconds, and then you take this special rag that you get when they sell you the product. You get one little rag for it, and you got to use this rag to wipe it up, or else you mess up the
scratch
surface.
the glass top
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
But yeah, she was pretty excited, and now she hates it.
Now now we're looking at getting a gas one. It sounds cool. I mean, the idea of it, but
It is. It's one of those new things that I think is obviously. I don't feel like we should buy anything for that kind of stuff when it's like, oh, it's just barely out. This is a new deal.
yeah, and you
'cause
got
they're
to
gonna
buy
find different ways.
special pans. That kind of is a turn off there
man.
because I'm like,
Well, we were told that ours would work. Oh yeah,
Ah.
Pioneer Women pans will work, no problem. Nothing.
Dude, this
So if you
salesman
take the
got
pan
you
off,
good, dude.
he did.
Marbles
runs, like,
and any pan. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Any pan.
Throw some cast
yeah,
on there. What about cast?
Nope.
Well, what
Won't
if I
cook
want to pan sear a ribeye
Nope.
in a cast pan?
No. Well, you got to find one that has like aluminum on the bottom of it. 'cause
Then
that's
it
the
ain't
only thing that's gonna
cast.
heat it up. Well, you can have aluminum attached to it, can't you? Won't it heat it up?
Oh, dude, you
I
probably.
think if
you'd
you
have
look at
to-
the bottom
no,
of it,
you would warp and melt some. I think aluminum before you got, because like cast, like that's what the 7.3, the head is cast, because cast can
no.
handle so much more heat. Uh-oh.
well, that was interesting.
Did yours say that?
Mine
Or just
said
keep
I will.
going?
It's a little prissy, you know. It's a little
Yeah.
prissy oven. Apparently, you can't do
Yeah.
cast. You can't do real man
Yeah,
cooking
'cause,
on that thing.
Right, because I know like cast is like, it can handle some heat.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like aluminum
yeah.
will start to warp at a certain temperature.
Right. That's why my
so that
pans
might
are
where you
warping.
get them warped ones. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But that's how all my projects start. Oh, look at this. Like I get pictures of bathrooms. I get pictures of like kitchens, and it's like, oh, this is cool. This paint job's cool. This is whatever. And then we finally end up doing the project. Like, fine, let's just go to Home Depot. Let's get it done. And we get it
Let's
done.
just do it. So she does to you what?
What we do to them, yeah.
What?
I mean, it goes around, comes around, I guess. You know,
Oh,
an eye for an
dude,
eye.
It does. That's just. I guess it's just human nature now. You just wear on the other one until you
Oh.
get what you want.
And then when you order it, what about when you order it and it comes in a box with 1,000 pieces?
Oh, dude,
Like,
those ones are like, yeah. And then you open up the box and then they want to help you,
oh,
and so they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll help you put it together. And the first thing to do is get the directions out. I'm like, listen, I am a man. Put those away.
we don't need any directions.
No,
We'll figure
I
it
might
out.
have to redo it twice, but I'm not looking at directions.
Right.
Yeah, but dang it, I shouldn't have put them screws in yet. I'll take them
Well,
out.
Half the
And then
time you pull that
readjust
thing out and
whatever,
it's got short
and put it back
screws, long
together.
screws, and all
Yeah.
these kind of. And you put the
They're
short
all
ones
in
where
one
the long ones are
bag.
supposed to go.
They're all in one bag, and then even if you looked at the directions, it's like, oh, this is the M3 screws, these are the M1 screws, these are the M2s, and you're like, oh, sweet, they're all in one bag. What am I supposed
Yeah.
to do?
They all
Guess?
look the same. They're all black.
Yeah, the
they're all,
picture's like this one's shorter, this one's longer. They're like an eighth of an inch shorter on one of them, and you put them in, it's the
Barely.
wrong ones. So what's the point? You don't even need directions. Just
Yeah.
put them in, and if it does, don't tighten them. And then if
Don't
it doesn't
tighten
work
'em.
out, pull them back
Take
out
'em
and
out.
switch them around.
Switch them around.
Whatever.
And then you always
Or
have extra. There's always
Yeah.
leftovers. You're like, what happened? Like, it still
Nothing.
works. It works
that's why
fine.
you don't. If they're not out there, they don't know.
Yeah.
You just haul it back in and set it up, and we're like, here, it's
I've-
done.
Yeah.
Tape underneath it. It's been welded. It's like,
Mounted.
why is the paint all messed up? Oh, I had to weld that piece. There's a welding on this?
Yeah,
there
you
is
bought
now.
intricate pieces here. This
That's
is
what
you.
you
You
get
bought
from
it. I
getting
just
it
put it together.
From getting from IKEA.
Oh my goodness. No. I hate it when there's extra parts left over.
Yeah, I don't even guess anymore. If it's sturdy enough to hold itself up, I'm good.
That's great.
Or when they don't have enough and I got to put my own in. I'm like, what's the point of this? Now I got to go rummage through my own stuff and because it's short.
Right.
There's not enough.
Or the screws they give you are like they've been already stripped or they weren't produced, like they don't have the right
Nothing
threads
lines
and stuff.
up.
Yeah. Oh, got to go get the drill, bust out
Oh,
a
yeah. Well, it was
drill
on
some holes.
sale. I know why. Because nobody buys it. It's garbage.
Yeah. It's so much. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we build a lot of things without instructions, and it comes out
Yeah.
looking just fine.
That's right. We got some weird magnets in our nose for direction and something in our hands to build stuff without directions. All right. Well, we're getting to the end, guys. So, Vinny, I don't know. You got anything else? I know I'm going to be gone. So I'm going
Mexico.
on. Yeah. I got to go on a little vacation. So that's cool. I'm going to go I'm going to try to get out of the snow, so that'll be rad. So when we get back, we'll shoot another episode and
Talk about our
we
adventures.
Yeah, we will see how it went because we got Vinny going to Mesquite
And Vegas.
and Vegas, so we're gonna have a double whammy, 2 different places, kind of see what they got going on there, and then I'll let everybody know how the old Mexico trip goes, and I'll talk about like where we go and what the things we're gonna do when we get back, so that way I feel like maybe it's safer. I don't know.
Yeah. That's an
Yeah.
interesting. Some places are good, some places aren't. We talked
Yeah,
about that
we're
too.
about
but
to find out.
about to find
out.
yeah, we're gonna go see Tom Segura. He's a comedian there in Vegas. So,
Yeah.
or he's not in Vegas. He'll be in Vegas for us, but that's part of his tour across around the world. So, yeah, so he's gonna be there. We're gonna go to that. But all I can say is, please just watch us on YouTube, subscribe. You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Amazon. We do have our email up for flappingyourgums@yahoo.com. Hit us up. Let us know what we can do better. Some of the stories that we've told, please let us know some of your stories so we can give some feedback to you on your comments and stuff like that. And
Some
just
shout outs, yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. Just share it. I mean, you already know where we're at and stuff too, like Vinny's saying, letting everybody know. But I mean, we enjoy it, so share it out, give it to your friends. We'll keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully you guys enjoy the ride. But all right, bro, we'll shout at you. Love you, man.
love you too, man.
All right. Peace.
See ya.